The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the April 6th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go look at the circumstance of the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers. We're going to go figure out what they're communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in, 877-927-6648, internationally, 727-445-1044. Let's go ahead and get this show kick-started on this wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we have the Dow trading up 67 points. She's trading at 17,670. S&P's up 13, trading at 2,058. NASDAQ Composite up about 51 points at 48.94. The little train that won't go down. The Russell 2000 up 8 points. That's trading at 1104. DAX closed up 61 points. The FTSE up 70. Gold is trading back $5.50, trading at 12.24. Silver's back 6 pennies, so we'll call it flat. Light sweet crude, anything but flat out there. Trading up $1.83, trading at 38.94. Steve-O's target on the move higher in light sweet crude is, where did I put that little sucker? 38.39. No, can't be 38.39. Is it 38.39? We're trading at 38.95. You got to take that. I got to relook at that. That's an interesting thing. Oh, maybe that's okay. Just cut out those last 30 seconds, would you? Hey, to the upside, though, what we can't say is leading the charge dollar-wise. You've got Acuity Brands, AYI, that's up $24, about 11%. Allergan up $21.63. You've got Regeneron Pharmaceuticals up $17. Shire PLC up about 16. You've got to that's good. Steve-O in the control room was just going to erase that 30 seconds so it doesn't show up live. I like that. Hey, to the downside, let's see, individual stock-wise, you've got MTS Systems Corp. That's down about $6, down nearly 10%. CRE, CREE, that's the ticker symbol. I think that's the light bulb. The light bulb is not going off this morning, down about, or this afternoon, down 15% off 448. Banco Marco. I thought it was Marco Polo. But Banco Marco, that's off about 6%, down 366. Harley Davidson, the hog, down 7% off 358. So let's go figure out what these markets are doing. And, no better tool to figure this out, I think, than going back to our 30-minute charts out here. They're working real well. If you're watching us on TigerTV, upper left-hand corner, that is the ES Mini S&P Futures contract. Upper right-hand corner, the NASDAQ Futures contract. Lower left is the Dow Futures. The lower right happens to be the Russell 2000. So if we figure out what the message is here, let's start on the upper left here. Let's start with the ES Mini. Now, what the ES Mini did here this morning, we can see a what we'll call a triple test of the lows that were produced at about 9:30 in the morning. This is on April Fool's Day, so this takes us back to last Friday. That low was priced out at 20.35 and a quarter. That low was tested here at 3:30 yesterday afternoon, April 5th. Yeah, today's April 6th. That held as support. Talk about strong levels of support out here. And then again, earlier this morning. That was down at about 9:30, between 9:30 and 10:30. That level was being tested. Of course, at the same time that was being tested, I was at a breakfast function with Alonzo Mourning this morning. So I actually wrote on a basketball that's being given to all the YMCAs in the local area that I'm in. So they had a number of them. Each of us were asked to write some inspiring quotes out there. Can you guess what one of mine was? I wrote down two of them. Of course, one was be a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past. And I bet you can get the second one as well. But let's get back to this out here, because that found a bottom in that 10:30 a.m. time frame. And you take a look at reversal candles out there. It doesn't get too much stronger than what came in during that time frame. And then what do we have out here? This actually qualifies, we'll call it just simply a double bottom out here because of the test from yesterday afternoon. Why do I say that? It's a true double bottom when you break the swing point, the previous swing point out here, which is up at the highs, and that came in at about 11:30 last night, between 11:30 and midnight. Price is now above that. When you break that, now what you and I can do is identify a measured move. It's equal to that consolidating type area. And this is a smaller pattern right now that we're looking at. The larger pattern could be or would be in play if, in fact, price was able to break above that 7 a.m. high from April 4th in the 2071 level. But one thing at a time. Now, when you break above a consolidationist type area, as it did here between 11 and 11:30, you like to see a market come back, test those areas, prove that it really was a breakout. That's what we're seeing that's actually taking place right now in this 1 o'clock hour. So the price projection move on here, equal to that little consolidation area, says that we ought to see the ES Mini move up to about 2064, about another 10 points higher. Can it move higher than that? Yes, because it is equal to or greater than the consolidation when you're utilizing this set of tools. If we take a look at retracement levels from that high out here on April the 4th down to the low yesterday afternoon, because that's where the swing points. Interestingly enough, you've got a 0.786 retracement in the 2064 area. So there's two tools to really come up with the same thing. Is price going to stop at the 0.618 retracement level, which is 2057? Probably not. Could, but probably not in this situation here. So that's what's going on inside the ES Mini. Let's go take a look at the NASDAQ out here. Stronger than the ES Mini, stronger than the Dow. And when I say stronger, well, the reason I'm saying that is if you go back here to 9:30 on April Fool's Day, the low that was made out there was 44.41 out here. The low that came in yesterday afternoon at 12:30, as a matter of fact, between 12:30 and 3:30, we can see this little test here, really only made a 0.786 retracement of the move off the low from April Fool's Day all the way to the high on April the 4th out there. So stronger than the ES Mini, right? You don't have a test of a swing point out there. 100% move of move is what we also refer to that as. So here what you've got is you had, it didn't even show the retracement. I could probably do that. Does it really matter to you? You know, it doesn't matter to us at this point here. But the low, the point is the low that was coming in this morning between 9 and 10:30 was a higher low, right? It was a higher low than the one from yesterday afternoon. So it looks to me visually 0.618, 0.786 retracement. But here's what you and I know. It was an explosion off of that C point. An explosion, basically, at this 10:30 time frame. When you see that, that is an indication the markets are going higher. You're going to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. And in this case here, you're already at the 1-to-1.272. When we get back from this break, we'll go take a look at the Gartley or the potential Gartley sell patterns out here. But this looks strong. Strong like bull. It says that the NQ probably headed to 45.31 or 45.43. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 87, S&P's up 15. Let's go back to those 30-minute contracts. We were looking at the NQ out here, and just during the break here, what I did was I identified the retracement level from this high on April the 4th down to the low. So the high at the 45.43 level, I didn't actually hit it right to the T. Why don't I do that here right now, just so we've got, somebody's going to follow along at home and they're going to say, hey, you didn't actually use the right swing point or something. Okay, I want to be perfect here, right? As close to perfect as we can get. So now we can see that the 0.68 retracement measurement was 45.10 and some change out there. Now, many people might go ahead and trade the 0.618 retracement levels, but you want to make sure that you are including the lightning bolt pattern in there, because the lightning bolt pattern here was a clear indication: do not step in front of that freight train at that 0.618 retracement. Yes, it theoretically and accurately qualifies as a Gartley sell pattern. But just because you've completed an A to B equals CD and you get up to the 0.618 retracement, don't let that fool you. You need to understand what the candlesticks are communicating to you, because they are your friend. They are not your foe. They're only your foe if you don't take a look at their interpretation. And you're coming into that area with wide-ranging bars. You don't have any kind of reversal at this stage here. And that's what says, hey, next level on that price projection area, 45.18. What's the level after that? The 0.786 retracement, 45.25. How will we know whether, and that's a valid Gartley sell pattern as well. And what we don't know is whether or not this area here is where the market turns. If it does, it will show its head. It'll show its case. It will show its card. It's like dealing. It's like going and playing blackjack in Vegas or anywhere else that you can play it, which is pretty much everywhere, right? But the dealer has to have both cards up. That's the deal when we take a look at reversal candles inside of the market. At this stage, the information that's available to us says prices headed higher inside of the NQ. And that would be somewhere between, again, 45.18 and 45.25. And we assess things as each of those levels are attacked. So that's what's going on inside the NQ, right? You got the ES says higher, the NQ says higher right now. What is not participating in this move is the Dow at this stage of the game. Why do I say that? Well, you've got really the same pattern out here that we looked at inside the ES. The 30-minute charts right now are giving us a ton of information. And if we take a look at the Dow futures contract back on April 1st, on April Fool's Day, that's the low you're dealing with, 17,468. If we take a look at yesterday at that 3:30 hour, price never made it down there, but it most certainly did this morning between 9:30 and 10:30, between 9:30 and 11, in essence, right? It was able to get down there. That's a key reversal bar out there. That is an absolute key reversal, bullish engulfing the whole 9 yards. Now, what price did was it went right up to a natural resistance area. Remember, we looked at the same resistance level inside the ES Mini, and it was able to break above that level. So you've got the Dow that is being a stubborn mule here with regard to going topside. Can the Dow go ahead and tank everything else? I'd say yeah, it could. But right now you don't have a triple confirmation out here with regard to the Dow. Now, if the Dow on the 30-minute chart closes above 17,611, especially if it does with a wide-ranging bar, this says that prices inside the Dow futures go all the way back to the highs on April the 4th. You can see that measured move. I just made it a yellow block to make it easier for you to be able to follow. And in this case here, that distance, remember, equal to or greater than, says that price would get back to the 17,753 area. So 17,611 inside of the Dow futures is muy importante for us to be paying attention to for the rest of the day in order to be able to identify, right, from my cousin Vinny out there, in order for us to identify where the markets are going to be headed to. The Russell 2000, it doesn't give me any really great pattern. I can see that it made a 1.272 expansion of its swing points from April 1st, the low out there, up to the high here on April 4th. The problem is there's not a valid A to B equals CD to the downside. I mean, I could draw one. If I were going to draw one, if you tied my hands behind my back, I couldn't draw it. But if you forced me, like sometimes politicians that feel like they're forced to give an answer out there, if you forced me, I would say the A to B equals CD pattern. So let's go figure it out. Would look like this. Your A point is out here on the April the 4th at the high at 5:30 in the morning. Your B point is down here at about 11 o'clock in the morning on April the 4th. The retracement was complete by about 12 noon. And here you'd see a 1 to 2.618 A to B equals CD pattern. That alone would then set up a butterfly. So the butterfly is an expansion. This is what we have here. We've got a little bit more than a 1.272 expansion. It's got the A to B equals CD pattern in there. Now, let's take a look at, let's say that this is the Russell 2000 butterfly on the 30-minute chart. What that would say is a butterfly, like all Gartleys, they have 5 potential outcomes out here. And if we take a look at, let's go ahead and get rid of this retracement level, because that's just going to basically screw you up as I draw these lines here. You've got the first 3 retracement levels are going to be what? 0.382, 0.618, 0.786. Yeah, of course, that's what they're going to be. I should really get it correct here, because somebody's going to be doing this on the home game, and they're going to say, well, you're off a little bit, Steve-O. Well, I'm doing the best I can here. Now, we can see that price here on this butterfly pattern inside the Russell 2000 futures contract, is above the 0.382 retracement. So this says to us that it wants to head to the 1106 area. So it is that little stubborn mule right now that is trying to hold things back, and that is the Dow. If the Dow gives way, you can say that the next price projection area inside the Russell 2000, 1105, that's your 0.618 retracement. And outcome number 3 would be 1110 out here. So that's what's going on inside of those 30-minute charts. If we take a look at, I've got a request here to take a look at Tesla. This is from Tim. And so let's go do that for Tim right now. Second or third time somebody has asked me about Tesla in the last couple of days. So and it's been a hot little stock out here. The question here is, where is Tesla headed to? Well, here is let's put a weekly chart up on my screen. I think it's easier just because we can condense some of that information. Hey, we got a magical yellow box as well. Right now you got Tesla trading out at 265. 264.80. If we take a look at just volume, schmolium, here's what we know. There was about 10 million shares on the swing point from December 28th. That makes it hard. It's Christmas. How do I really measure what that volume is? What I can tell you is right now, you've done 32 million shares, and it's only halfway through, well, a little bit more than halfway through Wednesday, Prince Spaghetti Day out here. So you've got some nice volume. In fact, the swing point that it's dealing with from September in 2015, I don't think there were any holidays on September 21st. That only had 20 million shares. So what does this tell you and I? Well, I see two potential consolidating areas. The top line for sure, the yellow line, and the red line really is more likely the consolidation zone, which is from 185 into this 285, so it's a 100-point consolidation. But there was a move down a little bit lower, and I can see where price broke out on a weekly chart, on a daily chart as well, from January 13th in 2014. So the consolidation zone is between 100 to about 140, but to about $140 out here. And where Tesla is headed, you already know the answer to it, don't you? Just by looking at the screen, just by taking a look at what we did on those 30-minute charts, because these tools, they work on all time frames out here. That's the beautiful thing. So Tesla, you answered the question. It's headed to 285. If it takes that out, it takes it out with volume. There's a 100-point move to $145. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to the guy that released the Panama Papers, David in Panama. David, was that you?
No. Not at all.
Thought I'd give you credit for that, but how you doing this afternoon?
Great. Good show, man. Enjoy it. Long-time listener, called numerous times. I want to get your opinion on Amazon. We've played around inside the candle of January 28th.
Yes.
The bottom of that being 197.55.
Yes.
597.55. We're back in there now. How high do you think we'll get in that candle this week?
Well, that candle, let me turn off a couple of things here real quickly so that those that are watching us on Tiger TV, they can see it. What occurred really on the candle session here from January 28th to January 29th, on that 29th session, you had a move down, a little gap down, created that little window with 15 million shares. And we're up into that area with 4 million, 3 million, just a couple million shares. Today, 1.5 million. So this area is right now what it's communicating to you now. It's a real strong area of resistance. And each time that it's been up here, well, not each time. This trading session here from March 31st is really your signal to help answer your question. That was a bearish engulfing candle that was showing up right here at resistance. So you have two types of resistance that the market was communicating to you. If we see a close above 597.55, and it's got to be more than a couple of cents out there. It's got to close, probably into the body of the candle, probably into the 635-ish area. Then it says you can go test the top. It actually says, David, that the next test, if it can clear that one, should be the previous gap down, which took place on January 4th. So in the case of Amazon, we also have this pattern right here, potential lightning bolt. You have a swing point from March the 2nd, had 4.5 million shares, but that level has not been taken out with volume. It was close, wasn't a cigar. It was 4.3 million shares here on March the 29th. So, you don't have an A to B equals CD to the upside. This thing needs more gusto, needs more volume. Doesn't mean that it's actually absolutely going to trade lower. We also can put one more form of resistance out here. That's our hidden horizontal resistance provided to us by our folks at Taz Market Profiles, and that's at 603.25.
Right.
So before I said, hey, you need to close inside that candle in order for it to get up and maybe get the 657 level, or at least into the top of that January 20th. Now what we know is if we see a close, or if you see a close above 603.24, that probably communicates to you, or it should communicate to you, that it's going to go test that, the top of that candle. If not, at least move up to the 657. That's what I see. What else do you? Are you long are you long this, or what are you looking to do here?
I just got a couple weekly calls. I'm kind of just playing around with it.
Yeah, so you've got a lot of folks that bought into Amazon on the 29th and the 28th out there, and when price went from that 600 area down to about 470, they were probably doing something in their pants they shouldn't have been doing.
Exactly.
And those folks are just really glad to be getting out of the trade, and that's what's going on here.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just curious about the 603.24 and then the opening of that candle on the 28th of 609. Somewhere in that little window. If we close above the 603, fine. But if we, I think, obviously with volume coming in, if we get over that 609 area inside the body, like you said, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so you've got the message. The message of this market right now, of this chart, is telling you you're up against some real stiff resistance here. Not that it can't be cleared, but you're going to definitely need some. And here's the positive that you have going for you with regard to this trade, and it is that the Nasdaq, the NQ, is still very strong. The NQ has not given it up. But let's take a look at one thing, though, and just confirm that. Let me take a look at the advanced decline oscillator. And, yeah, it has not given it up. I'm going to put this up on my screen here. Now, even though the Amazon is, I believe, one of the top 5 holdings inside the NDX 100, here I'm taking a look at the actual NASDAQ composite. And right now, today, its price oscillator, the bottom portion of my screen, has a reading of positive 8.07. And it has been above, it's basically been above zero for the most part, since February 12th out there. What that means is that the buyers, the bulls, are the ones that are in control. When price moves down below it, as it did here, it looks like on March 23rd, and then, it's really just hovering around this zero line. We got to give it a little bit of play and a little bit of room there. But when price gets back above it, it's kind of what's referred to as a complex structure. What it communicates to you and I, once it gets back above zero, is that it really is the bulls that are in charge, and they never lost control. And that right now, as we speak at 1:35 in the afternoon, is the message of the NASDAQ composite, because it was down below it yesterday. You're back above it today. So where this closes will also give you a pretty decent indication, in my opinion, as to what the NQs, the entire NASDAQ, wants to do out here. If it closes back below it, then it's really confirming the message that is in existence in the New York Stock Exchange and the Dow, that the market has topped, and that we're going to see a retracement. A nice retracement here, probably a larger retracement than most people. Now, most people, I believe, are of the opinion that it's the top out here. Not Stevie. I believe that it's a retracement. We get a nice healthy retracement, and then the market moves on higher, probably in through the end of the month out here. But I like to take things one moment at a time. So right. I hope that helps you.
Appreciate it, buddy. Have a great day.
You bet. That was David in Panama City. Talk about a great city out there. Panama City is one of those. Hey, let's go to another great city out there. Let's go to Chicago and speak with Robert. Robert, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon?
Very good, Steve. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks so much for asking. And looks like you are interested in taking a look at Solar City, SCTY. Why don't you tell us what you're doing and how we can help you?
Yeah, I was looking for an entry point.
Okay. So in the case of Solar City, a nice move today. A nice move today if we take a look at resistance areas, both on our daily and weekly time frame of our TAS market profiles, and that it is closed above that. So today, you're from a bullish standpoint, maybe not an entry standpoint, but from a bullish standpoint, you're looking for this to give you a bullish message would be a close above 26.90. What's also interesting is this, unlike Amazon, if I turn off those profiles out here, similar pattern to what we looked at in the case of Amazon, and that it had a big open window, a big gap down on the trading day of February 10th. But this here has been able to repair that window. I don't consider, Robert, the 25.35, once it gets completed, once that gap gets filled, I consider it just like a window that may be a busted playing baseball or something. Once you repair it, you don't think about it as being a broken window anymore. This has been repaired. It's no longer resistance to me. And this may be forming an A to B equals CD to the upside, because the swing point that it's dealing with today has 4.5 million. You've already done 4.4 million shares. So this is already a confirmed A to B equals CD. That is Solar City. And when we get back from this break, can you hold on through the breakout here?
Sure.
Okay. We will go take a look at where Robert might be able to enter into Solar City, because it looks like it's headed to 33, then maybe 36 and a quarter, and even 40.40. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to the Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back. Dow's up 85, S&P's up 15. We're going back out to Chicago. Robert, are you a big fan of Chicago-style hot dogs?
Yeah, hot dogs, pizza, beer, everything.
I had my first Chicago style. No, I grew up in Detroit. In Detroit, we've our hot dogs are the popular areas for hot dogs is a Coney Island restaurant out there, and that's a steamed bun, a hot dog, and some chili and some onions and some mustard, and you're all set out there. And I had my first Chicago style hot dog, I think, over the holidays, over the New Year's holiday out there, maybe sometime later in January. Pretty tasty, I have to admit. Totally different than what I'm used to. And so at first I was like, I get that green relish. And I'm like, what? It looks like the green stuff. The green stuff, Robert, to me, it looked like it was left over. Somebody must have gone into all the bins out there, got those fruitcakes, and took out all those little green things that are inside. What kind of just not getting off the track here, but what kind of green thing is in that fruitcake that I don't even know?
I thought it was pickles and sweet pickles or something like that.
Oh no, in your relish. But anyways, that green, it was good. Even with the peppers out there. So I too am a fan of now Chicago style hot dogs. Not that I eat too many hot dogs these days, but okay. So back to Solar City. So you're in good shape here. What I did during the break is I put up the 30-minute chart out here for Solar City. And one of the things that you and I are focused on here are these TAS market profiles to give us an idea. We know that it's bullish. We want to take a look at confirmations. Where is price trading with inside a new 30-minute profile out here? And we can see that price had been traveling just above a brand new profile that began here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, price came right back into it, and it's right now trading at its point of control, that little POC, which is priced at 28.18. The low so far during this couple of minutes here has been 28.14. Ideally, what I also see on this screen out here is I see this high volume bar that it's trading into. It's very possible that Solar City is pulling back right now to a level of support. The 28.33, the point of control at 28.18 out here. Really won't know until we see how this trades here. You're so close to where this, if you were going to go ahead and try to buy this now, I would say wait until it rejects this area and it would get above 28.45. Otherwise, your place to take a look at a potential buy here is in the zone of 26.60 to 27.39 out here. That would be, and if it gets below that little candle from this April 6th, from this morning, where it had volume, then you might want to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just take a quick loss on this and look towards something else. That something else might be a retracement of this last leg that says 24.15. Could be the price area out there. So that's what I see in just that quick period of time and going down and taking a look at the daily. But you've been taking a look at it. What else are you seeing that you think might be a buy area that we should consider?
Well, actually, Steve, I haven't been following in detail that much, but last time I was considering looking at it was, probably maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So, I was looking around 26.75, and I didn't buy it then. So,
Got it.
So here
Okay.
we just exploded upwards. So, on the pullback of the last leg, where would that, if it was to pull back of the last leg, you kind of referred to that. What number would that be?
There's two. Your 26.10 is your 0.382 retracement, and and the 0.618 is 24.15. Of course, the problem there that you face is that right now today it is dealing with the swing point and a B point that has 4.5 million shares, and you are at 4.507 right now. So if it does not close above 28.29, we have to ask ourselves why. Why couldn't it take out that swing point when it had the volume? And then it says, maybe there's something else that is devious. Today should be the day that this closes above that swing point from March the 15th. And then maybe you just check out volume on the way back. But you'd really have to question why can't it take it out today? There's nothing to stop it that I can see from being able to take out that swing point.
Okay, that's super.
All righty?
I like that very much. Thanks very much, Steve.
You bet. Thanks so much for calling. That was Robert in Chicago, and together we were taking a look at Solar City, SCTY being the ticker symbol. Light sweet crude. We talked about light sweet crude, or I mentioned light sweet crude. Then I erased that 15 seconds there because I had a total brain fart. I've got a calculation that is not accurate out there. But let's go take a look at light sweet crude. Here's what we know. It's up $1.77, about 4 to 5% to the upside. Now here's the bullish case for light sweet crude, which would also translate into a directional bullish case for the market. And that is that you now have a confirmed Gartley buy pattern. What do I mean by that? Well, if this is the daily chart that you and I are looking at, so I don't have any profiles or anything turned on. What we know is that light sweet crude, first it made an A to B equals CD to the upside. Let's go take a look at it before it gave a bearish reversal signal. Your A point was down here on the trading day of January 20th. Your B point looks like it was either... let's do it. 38.52, 38.46. Yeah, your B point is out here on January 28th. A retracement down to the low on February the 11th, about an 80% retracement. We can see it does a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD. Gives you a nice big old bearish reversal signal right here on March the 23rd. And then since then, what it has done is it has now formed another A to B equals CD to the downside at the 0.618 retracement level out here. You can see when price was moving down here, it was moving down with not really a widest ranging bar, especially when you take a look at yesterday. And the A to B equals CD, in case you can't visualize it here, your A point is the high from March 18th. Your B point is this little hammer candle on March the 24th. Your C point was really the high of the very next day. And now we can see the 1 to 1.272. You had a 1 to 1.272 to the upside, and price stopped. Now you've got a 1 to 1.272 to the downside. Now, for those that believe that light sweet crude has made a significant bottom, Well, then here is your pattern. Here is what H.M. Gertley, on page 222 in his book, was preaching to each of us about. He was saying now would be the time to buy. So that's the Gertley pattern. Now, let's go take a look at some other tools. Now, and if in fact this is a valid Gertley, that's not that it's not valid, it's valid. A Gertley that works. They don't always work out there, so that's really what I meant. But if this is truly a Gertley buy, and directionally speaking, we know that the S&P few, we know that the market is following light sweet crude. You say, how do you know that, right? And then we'll come back to this, just to try to stitch things together here. How do we know? We know just by looking at this chart. You can just take a look at the direction. Here, take a look at this move here. At 10:30 this morning, I believe there we came out with some light sweet crude numbers out there. Look at the move there on the bottom chart of light sweet crude. Look at the top of the ES Mini. It's a directional smorgasbord out here. So back to the daily chart for light sweet crude. Let's turn on those profiles now. See what they communicate to you and I. Oh, I've got to turn off of the 30-minute. Oh, that was 60-minute charts that I had versus 30. But let's go turn on the weekly and the daily, and this says light sweet crude. Next move ought to be the 39.87 to 40.81. You get above that, 42.06 becomes the number. So that is pretty good for the bulls inside the market as we speak at 1:50 p.m. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Commodity Solution CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 8 equally weighted commodities, including WTI crude oil, gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, corn, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With annual pricing caps of 70% per component, you could earn up to 70% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this indexed CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The April 14th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back. The apparently fruitcakes, inside fruitcakes, didn't know this, but they've been around since the Middle Ages. And that little green, nougat that you see inside those fruitcakes out there, apparently that is a fruit from the Middle Ages out there. How about that? You got the green thing inside a fruitcake and cockroaches that will stand the test of time out there. Okay, so with regard to the markets, just a quick peek here at the 30-minute charts before we finish off the show. Nothing has changed there. NQ continues to move higher. The Dow bottom left continues to just trade into resistance. So, we've got the real battle going on. Now, with regard to the market overall, the message here inside the Dow, just like you're seeing right now, and one of the reasons why the Dow is struggling here is the Dow is actually giving you the first signal that the market has topped. It did that did that yesterday. And that was just really catching up to the transports and the utilities index out here that have given us topping messages. And that's why the Dow is really struggling here. The NASDAQ composite, no, it really hasn't. Just slightly yesterday, but it hasn't. So we've got a battle that is going on inside the markets. I don't know who is going to win it. Now, look, if you've got this, if price just simply continues to tail off here, the key level inside the NQ again is going to be 45 and a quarter. If you're trading at this overnight, or you wake up in the morning, you see the NQ's trading the futures contract trading about 45.25. Look at 45.43. You get above that, that's a large A to B equals CD to the upside out there. If it doesn't, and we start to see some reversal, then you've got the Gartley sell pattern inside the 30-minute chart here for the NASDAQ. So we don't know yet if this is going to turn into a valid pattern. You just don't know until the cavalry shows up, or at least, if you're looking for confirmation, that is the way that you do it. On the daily contracts, by the way, you've got resistance inside the NQ. Its daily market profile that it has not been able to clear, that is priced at 45 and a quarter out here. So that 45 and a quarter is a real key level. Right, on the intraday, the 30-minute chart, you've got a Gartley sell. On the daily, you've got a TAS market profile. That, by the way, is set up where the snipers are hanging out. What I mean by that is just simply if we go ahead and we turn price off, you're going to see that this box, this is a point of control, closer to the top of that box out there. That says you've got some real resistance. So this should be the area. This is where the bears, this is where the sellers are absolutely hanging out. And if you get above that 45 and a quarter, it says that they were run over and hit with a sledgehammer out there. I like that song. Sledgehammer by who's that guy? Peter. Is it great. Guys, he's also got a couple other really great tunes out there. You've heard them all, but what's his? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. In any event, the other thing you want to be watching is Peter Gabriel. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, he's got some really great tunes out there, and. So the other things you want to watch, clearly you got to watch Light Sweet Crude to see what Light Sweet Crude is doing. I think those are the real key things to be watching today. Hey, individual stock-wise out here, IBB, let's go see what's going on inside the IBB. Oh, boy, that looks strong like bull today. This thing is on the move. It's above a 0.382 retracement off the move down from the high of December 29th. Nice wide-ranging bar with volume inside it. This is taking out a swing point that had 2 million shares. You're already at 3.8. It's basically a consolidation. This would actually say here, you had a double bottoming type pattern. This would give you a price projection here inside of the biotech, the IBB sector, right up to the 0.68 retracement level, 304.20. What you've also got up there is the weekly TAS profile. So it looks like the IBB headed to the 302-ish type area. Hey, folks, it is Wonderful Wednesday. You know what that means. Our polar bear, David White, is up next, and you've got the Tom O'Brien Show from 3 to 5. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you on Terrific Thursday. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.